Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. My name is Theo, gentlemen. Next to me is Chenji, episode 51. Thank you guys for tuning in. Another interesting week of golf, another interesting week in our lives. Welcome back. What's going on, Chenji? You seem stressed, mate.
I mean, to be fair, now that I've listened to your intro, it just felt so much better than my last intro for episode 50, didn't it?
I mean, it's just a bit of energy, mate. That's all it is. It's nothing mad.
I mean, also you did do this for 49 episodes, and I did it for one.
Yes, so I've had a bit of practice. I bet you, if you did it for 50 episodes, you would get really good at doing it. So it kind of makes sense.
I think I'm just going to make a day up. Today is Podcast Appreciation Day. Shout out to Theo for being such a wonderful host and editing all the videos, putting some amazing clips on, and absolutely deserving of his holiday right now in the sunny Isles of Spain.
Yes, so I'm currently in Benidorm, reaping in my rewards from the Rick Shields video.
Living the life. So, you are in Spain while I'm in Spain without the S.
Yes, that's very good. You said that yesterday. That was such a good little joke. But yeah, I'm in Benidorm. I'm in a really nice resort hotel. It might have 2 golf courses on. It might not. I think in the background, I don't know how well this is edited and what you can see from behind, but there's literally, obviously, if you're listening, hi, welcome. If you're watching, then behind me, as you can see, I don't know if you can see. So this is what is it called? I keep forgetting the name. The Levante course, and this is actually like a Jack Nicklaus design course behind me, 18-hole championship course. And right behind me, that's a second hole, which I played here yesterday. And there's another course, and that is called, where is it? The Poniente course. I don't know what that means, but that's like a shorter, quirky course. I'll get into all the courses later on. But yeah, man, it's good. It's nice, it's warm, it's not too hot, it's got pools, it's got food, Benidorm is like 5 kilometers down. I'm not bothered about going to Benidorm. We just want to have like a relaxing holiday, play a bit of golf. Today I want to play golf and my wife.
Okay, Theo, shut up.
Okay, sorry.
All I want to hear about, you shot 69.
Yeah, so
you broke 70.
I broke 70. Today, my wife was caddying for me. She was just driving the buggy. Dude, I played really good golf. The fact that the golf course was a par 62 has nothing to do with it.
Doesn't matter. Of course not. If it was a par 72, you still would have hit 69. It's how maths works.
Well, yeah, I don't know but to be fair, right, okay, let's get, so the golf course that I played today was a par 62. It's all par 3s and par 4s. The longest hole on this course is 256 yards. No, that's a lie. 312 yards is the longest hole. But it's like, it's just, there's no par 5s. It's all just par 3s and par 4s. Dude, I have never in my life played a course like this. You will fall in love with it. It is the quirkiest, most weirdest, golf course you will ever see. It's weird to explain. So before I came here, obviously I knew that there was 2 golf courses on, so my first job was to bring my golf clubs. That was the first thing. Getting here, I came here, and yesterday I played the Levante course. I shot 85 on a par 72 yesterday, which is decent, 13 over, not bad. But the Levante course is like a normal 18-hole championship course. It's like a very American style course where it's like Bermuda grass. It's like nice open wide fairways, but bunkers like placed very well in locations where you don't want to be in. The bunkers here are like really weird. They're like, it's not sand. It's like gravel, dude, because it's heavy. And I found this out yesterday, like on the 17th. The reason why the bunkers are like this is because it gets very windy here. So if they put nice soft sand, it gets it gets swept away by the wind. And what they thought about doing is putting like heavier, gravelly kind of sand, shall we say. And it's like, dude, it's full of stones. I'm like, I feel bad for like using my wedges, man. Like on my 60-degree wedge, I've got like 3-4 scuff marks from being in bunkers. And it's like,
no way.
Yeah, man, it's not that good. Like everything else was perfectly fine, but the bunkers, obviously for a reason, it's just not like soft sand, which is like the first time I've seen that. It's like, So hitting a ball.
Yeah, but surely in like Scottish links courses,
I know.
it's windier.
I don't know, mate. Do you think this might be the dumbest thing I've ever said?
Zero excuse for it to be windy in Spain and have some gravel, whilst a links course in like the Highlands of Scotland will have normal sand.
Here's my thought. Do you think the reason why the bunkers are so deep is to avoid wind going in them? Or is it genuinely just to make things more difficult?
I think they're just being cheap.
Maybe. But I haven't seen a single bunker with like sand in it, which was all like gravel. I've got a 1-minute golf course review coming out as well. So keep an eye out for that at Rice and Slice Podcast on TikTok and Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. But
yeah,
it's
but again, mate, you shot 69.
Yes,
I don't care what people think.
No,
also controversial opinion as well. I think if you score a hole-in-one on a par 3 course, it still counts as a hole-in-one.
I agree.
So
I agree.
If you break 70, right, on a par 63, 62. You've still broken 70.
That's it. I'm still gonna tell. Like, I know there's a caveat. Like, yes, I broke 70, but there's a but. But then again, I'm 7 over, dude. And the course, right? So looking on court, like the course on the website or on the course planner or on the scorecard or whatever, the course looks easy, mate. So I was on the hole 19 app before I got here, and I was like, oh, this is easy. Like there was like a 80-yard par 3 saying that it was like that was the shortest par 3. But yesterday when I played like the main course, I played with an older couple. They were lovely, bless them. And we kind of got talking. I said, oh, I'm playing the other course tomorrow at par 62. And they were like, oh, my God, you're going to have a tough time there. And I'm like, what? I thought it was like an easy kind of par 3-ish kind of course. It has a few par 4s, a bunch of par 3s, nice and easy. You're finished within 3 hours, happy days, everything's good. He's like, no, it's like very difficult. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, mate, the course is full of ravines, bunkers everywhere. It's like dog legs left, dog legs right. It's like Aphrodite Hills, like is it the 7th par 3 Aphrodite Hills? But every hole is like that. Mm-hmm. So there's like, you need to be very, and the fairways, mate, the fairways are probably 50 yards wide from like left to right. So your dispersion rate, you need to be on. Because if you slice a ball, you're losing it. If you hook a ball, you're losing it. You need to be like dead straight to be able to like shoot a decent score. So me actually shooting 69 on a par 62 is actually pretty good. Because yes, it's our par 3s and par 4s, but mate, it's such a difficult course. It's one of the weirdest, like short. It's only like 4,000 yards, mate. Oh my God, it's hard. Like you need to be proper accurate.
Yeah, but so did you use driver?
I thought I'd be smart. I used driver on the first, right? It was like where is it? No, not this one. So the first hole, right? It is a 250-yard par 4, obviously, and it's the way it starts is it's the green, and then all around the front, and going all the way around the left. There's massive bunkers, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll use a driver. I'll try and drive the green. Or if it doesn't go as long as a 250-yard shot, I could be short in a bunker, like no problem, it's fine. Not considering I could possibly slice a ball, as Rice and Slice. There's a reason why we called the podcast Rice and Slice. So anyway, first shot of the day.
Obviously, because I'm the Rice,
Yeah. And I'm the Slice.
Obviously.
50-50. So I get up there, first swing of the day. I didn't go to the driving range. I didn't practice. I was like, yeah, I played decent yesterday. I'll be fine today. I had a couple of chips. I had a couple of putts. That's it. Go in the driving range. Go on the first hole. First shot. Tee up. And I slice it into the trees. Thankfully, I find my ball and I start off with a bogey. So I got a 5 on a 250-yard par 4. But other than that, I think I used my driver once more. And I was like, that's not the play. So I was just using my hybrid. And I was hitting my hybrid decent. I was hitting my irons decent. Dude, Bermuda grass, man. It's the best. I don't care what anybody says. I know a lot of people, especially people like around us and around England, they proper struggle around the greens. Dude, it is the best thing, man, because everything around the green is like fluffy grass. So even though it looks like it's sitting down, there's like another like half an inch of grass below that. So you can really afford to like open the club face and really get aggressive with your short game. Dude, I've never hit my 60 degree more in my life than what I've hit it today, let alone yesterday and today. I've hit that thing so much and I've had so much fun, man. Even like on the practice, on the little chipping area, mate, I will just put my ball down anywhere and it's just not so nice and fluffy. I'm like, you cannot go wrong. So you open the club face, ball forward, weight forward, mate, it is the most fun. I could spend all day around the chipping area, just chipping. And I'm like, yeah, mate, I had so much fun today. Even like Christiana, my wife, she came with me. I was like, yeah, it's only like a easy, course or whatever. So I'll let you drive the buggy. She had a few putts, we had a good time. But yeah, 2.5 hours maybe, we're finished. I ended up shooting 6 to 9. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun today, man. I loved it. And tomorrow I'm actually going to play this course again because I loved it so much. You would love it here.
Nice. I think you would break 60.
No, I don't think I'll break 60, mate. But maybe 65. Maybe. A few mistakes here, a few less mistakes. Sick. I think I could.
No driver.
No driver.
No driver on the first.
No,
exactly.
No driver on any par 4. Saying that, with my hybrid, there was a few. You could only play from the yellow, so the whites weren't even available today. But there was a few shots, like for example, the 17th, 312 yards. Again, I used my hybrid. I was like, I hit it because obviously high elevation, hot, climate or whatever. It does go a little bit further. So my hybrid, I probably hit it 240, which is like a half decent drive. I'm like, yeah, what more do you need, mate? So I'm using my hybrid, 60, 70 yards in, 60-degree wedge. You're in, you're two-putting, whatever. Sometimes, it was just, mate, it's a lot of fun. We need to, next year, we're definitely coming here. We are 100% coming here. We'll organise a group of like 8 people. And we'll come here and we'll have a good time.
I'm not going to lie. And I was actually just talking to some friends today. I'd love to go, what was it yesterday? I'd love to go to Benidorm. Like, I'd just love to go to Benny. But like, not by yourself, but with a group of lads.
You need the group here.
A proper group of lads, though. Like, it's a proper Bender session.
It is. That's why I haven't been to Benidorm with my wife. We went yesterday to Old Town. We had some food. We're going after this podcast. I'm getting dressed and we're going for some tapas or whatever. But it's like a proper lads holiday because I've lived in Magaluf for 2 years, right?
You going on a lash?
No, I'm definitely not. Not with Christiana. Nice, relaxed, maybe a couple of glasses of wine, but that's it. I lived in Magaluf for 2 years, right? And I know what Magaluf is like. I've lived it. I know the ins and outs, everything you need to know about that place. I know how dirty it is. I know everything about that place, right? Benidorm is not to that level, but it's towards that level. So I'm just kind of, all I wanted was a nice hotel with nice facilities, pools, restaurants. That's all I wanted. Golf courses. That's all I wanted, and we got that. So yeah, happy days.
Speaking of like sort of golf sort of holidays, I guess, have you recently seen, because it's been appearing on my Instagram algorithm a lot, like the Gulf Coast in Turkey?
Mate, it's mad. We need to do that as well. I don't know when, but we need to do that. Dude, I don't know if you know this, right? So whoever doesn't know, obviously Turkey is like one of the biggest spots in the middle of the earth to go and play golf, right? There's places. There's a place, I want to say, is it Antalya? Antalya. And it's like a location on the coast of Turkey. And there's probably, without exaggeration, 40 golf courses literally next to each other. And most of the golf courses, I don't know if you know this, Chenji, there's golf courses that are 24 hours. So you can go there, you can get like a package where it's all you can play golf. So if you want to go and play golf at 3 a.m, you can literally get out of bed, go at 3 a.m, and play golf.
Do it.
How incredible is that?
What do you mean get out of bed? I mean, like, I'm drunk. Yeah. I'm wasted. Yeah. Let's go on the golf course.
We need to do that as well. So I think next year
we've had 10 shots of tequila. Yes. Yeah. We've had 10 pints of beer. Yeah. And it's 2 a.m. in the morning. We don't want to go home. And one of the boys says, "Let's go play some golf."
I agree.
That sounds sick.
I think next year we need to do Turkey trip, and we need to do like a Benidorm trip. I think that'd be wicked. This place is like it's actually probably like the best.
Did we talk about it today or yes? I mean, we talked about it today, right? We need to go on a winter trip. Like, I feel like we talked. Yes. Actually, I feel like exactly this time last year we recorded an episode saying that, man, we need to do something in the winter because the weather's getting colder.
Yes.
The days are getting shorter. Everything seems to be miserable. Christmas is something to look forward to, but after Christmas, everything is going to turn into crap.
That's it.
In the UK.
Yes, I agree.
So need something to look forward to. Play some golf in Turkey. Play some golf in Spain. But for next year, let's actually make it happen.
Where did I say to you yesterday about going in the Marrakesh?
Yeah.
Because Marrakesh,
I didn't know you could play in Morocco.
Mate, there's some golf courses in Morocco. I've got a friend of mine that went there, and there's like 5 or 6 like incredible golf courses, all close to each other. The hotel, you can rent like a villa, and it's like, it will cost you like €50 or £50 or whatever per person, and you can rent like a massive villa. You and the boys, you can go out. The food's amazing. The culture's amazing. The golf is meant to be incredible. So I think Morocco would be a really good place to go in British winter, because I think around it's opposites, right? Isn't it opposite?
I mean, it's kind of like above the equator, I guess. So it's going to be warm year round,
and it's cheap. Yeah. I think that's a destination. So next year,
there's no booze though.
No, there definitely is.
There is, but it's very hard to get. I was in Morocco once, and it was like you had to proper look for it.
Right.
And I know I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not going to look for alcohol.
The guy that I know that went to Morocco a few months ago, he's a borderline alcoholic. So there's no way he went on holiday and he didn't drink, dude. So I'm sure there's ways of getting drinks.
Let's be honest. Is anyone in the UK not a borderline alcoholic?
Mate, I think everyone apart from me, I'm not bothered about drinking. So if you say to me, let's go on holiday and not drink, I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem, man. Like, I'm fine. Give me a glass of water and a pint of Coke and I'm good. But other than that, yeah, but I'll drink. Obviously, we're going to Italy. Mate, the people that we're going with, I hope to God everything goes well, because I'm already dreading it, man, because the drinking that's going to be going on, I can't keep up with you guys, man. I have a pint of beer and I'm drunk. I'm such a lightweight. I can't do it.
We're not having beers. We're going straight on the lash.
I'd rather not have beers. Because I'd rather have shots of tequila.
No, come on. It's going to be a classy trip. We're going to live in like a lovely little apartment.
Mate, I've seen your apartment. Nice... It doesn't look that lovely.
What do you expect? Overpaying for the Ryder Cup. I can't believe we booked like literally a year ago, and it's still so expensive.
I know,
it's
mate.
Crazy.
I know. Madness.
Yeah, but literally counting down to the Ryder Cup. 2 weeks to go.
I know. So yeah, I get back from Spain.
Yeah,
and
the restaurants are booked.
Oh
right?
Yes.
I think we talked about something. I really want to make this happen, but you got to do some more research because there's literally nothing we can do. So basically, in the Ryder Cup, have you actually looked on all the sort of what's it called, not course information, like travel information, right? How you actually get to the course during Ryder Cup?
Yeah,
have you actually looked at it?
No, well, you sent it to me, and that's what I've seen. But it's not easy.
So basically, right? There's no cars allowed. I'm sure there's some hospitality packages you're allowed to park a car, but again, no cars allowed. Not even you can't even walk to the course. As in, you can't just kind of take a bus to the local town and then walk for 20 minutes.
Right.
They won't allow you.
Yeah.
The only way you can get in is via a park and ride or a taxi ride or again, train and ride, something like that, right? So you park a car at a designated spot, you take a train to a particular station, or take a taxi that will drop you off at a particular spot, and then you take their sort of designated buses to then go directly to the course. Now, that sounds like it's fine. Every event has that, right? But the problem is, guess how long that bus ride is? From the closest spot.
How long?
The closest spot you can be dropped off, right?
Right.
Which I believe is one of the sort of park and rides. Yeah. Guess how long it's going to take just from that drive from the park and ride place to the Marco Simone Golf Club.
Don't say it's longer than 20 minutes, dude.
55 minutes.
How does that make sense?
I don't know what they're expecting. I mean, I guess Roma...
Wait, hold on. So you park and ride. Is that to get a car and park there, or is that to get the bus?
It's even further away. So that's when you parked in that place, how long it would take for the bus to take you from that location to the golf course, for you to get off, and then to walk to the venue.
So, hold on, I'm lost, man. I'm lost. So you go to, let's say, Central Rome.
No, it's not in Central. We live in Central Rome. We got to take a train, or we take a subway or whatsoever into one of the stations where they have sort of event buses.
Park and ride. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you get the bus, And that takes 55 minutes.
And that takes you 55 minutes. And some of the locations will take you 17 minutes. 17 minutes.
Jesus.
Bearing in mind, you're already going to the outskirts. It's going to take you like an hour to get from the central sort of Rome into the sort of like the outskirts of Rome. And from there, it's going to take you another 55 minutes at least to get to the venue. So my proposal, right?
Okay,
and I still need to do some research.
Here we go.
We're going to hopefully rent a... No, even if you get a helicopter, you can't get in. You can't get in. You have to like drop yourself off at the park and ride, and then take a 55-minute bus. You get a helicopter. Within 2 minutes, you're at the park and ride, and still you need to take an hour to get to the golf venue.
That's mad.
But the only remote sort of I had one sentence really triggered my interest. Yeah, which says those on motorcycles will be allowed a parking close by to the venue. There is zero information about what that means. Like, as in, there is no map for like motorcycle parking. There is no map for like where it might be. All it said was that for motorcycles, you will receive instructions to park somewhere nearby the venue, right? With the key on the nearby.
Dude.
So guess what? I'm proposing us to rent a Vespa. Yeah.
Sold.
And I found a Vespa rental location right sort of nearby our like area where we're staying. Yeah.
Okay.
I've inquired to them and they have availabilities. I haven't made the booking yet, but I'm saying that we take a risk, potentially, and then go there.
I'm down. I'm no problem with me, mate. The only issue is, first of all, how much is it to rent a Vespa?
Like 40 euros a day.
Okay. Easy.
Like,
how confident are you that we can find... So do we need to pay for parking even though it's a motorcycle?
50-50, no clue.
I love it. Cool, I'm down. I'm sure we can put it somewhere, dude. I'm sure there'll be somewhere. It's a motorcycle. We can, I don't know, we can just leave it somewhere in the middle of the road.
Bearing in mind, what they're saying is you can't even walk inside. Like, you have to actually, you have to take one of the buses for an hour.
Dude, how remote is this place?
It's not even that remote, but the problem is, like, it's just because it's a big event. It's going to estimate it to be how many people visiting? Like, 700,000 people over the whole week.
Oh my God! Listen, Chenji, it's all you, mate. You're the what's it call it? You're the glue of the operation.
What a story would that be, right? Taking a Vespa in Italy to go to see the Ryder Cup. That's kind of like
I'm fully down. I'm done. I'm sold, mate.
That's on the bucket list.
It is. I said to you this. I want to rent a Vespa, go around Rome. But if we can rent a Vespa, go around Rome, and then somehow go to the Ryder Cup in a Vespa, come on, dude.
Something else I did. I got to tell you something I did. I didn't want to tell you, but obviously, because I was only going to tell you if I pulled through, but I didn't pull through. So I've got Hilton points, yeah. And guess what they released about 2 weeks ago?
Oh, okay, go on.
I know. To play on the Marco Simone
Chenji.
golf course the day after the Ryder Cup.
How much was this?
I bid 500,000 points for it, which is worth roughly speaking, like, I don't know, like £3,000, 2,000, I don't know, something like that.
No. And is that for what? For a one ball?
4 people.
No way. Dude, we would be fighting on who was going to play and who was not going to play. Because there's 6 of us.
Didn't get it anyway. I think somebody won it with like over 1 million points or something. Like, it was a bid,
no
right?
Way. So I was a bit... There was one available package. So it was like eBay basically. Like, you put in like how many points you want to do. And imagine then, but the thing is, like, I didn't have that many. I don't have 1 million points. Like, if I wanted to bid 1 million points, I would have had to purchase speculatively 1 million points. Like, and
another
then
500,000
you might not
points.
use them.
And then I may not get them because, and then I'm stuck with a bunch of points. And, like, I'm out of pocket by £5,000.
Wow. Let's say, okay, you have to do this now. If you won the bid, who's your 4-ball? You have to, and you have to be honest, because obviously it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference.
I mean, so obviously you.
Okay, who else? You have to name and shame, mate. Who's staying behind? You have to pick.
I can't, dude.
You have to do it. You have to. I don't care.
Dude, you know the kind of personality I am. I can't do this. Like, I'm just going to be like first come, first serve. So you're going to be guaranteed, Theo. Like, literally, you're the only guaranteed person. And the other two are just going to be like, amongst my fucking golf circle and say like, Two spots to play at the Ryder Cup venue the day after the Ryder Cup. Who's in?
Jesus
First two
Christ,
gets the
imagine
ticket.
that.
First two gets the spot, and plus another grand.
Dude, imagine the nerves to play the Ryder Cup the day after. Oh my God.
But to be fair,
so
okay, I was slightly disappointed when I didn't get this, right? But at the same time, I was thinking,
kind of glad.
like, wait, first of all, it's gonna be a super tricky course, yeah?
Big time.
Second
big
of all,
time.
yeah, and second of all, it's like, I mean, it's a nice course and a parkland course, and everyone's going to be gone. It's kind of like the experience, the prestige of playing there. Like, it's definitely like a bucket list thing. But is there something really that you want to spend £2,000 on, like for just a game of golf?
It's no, I agree with you. It's just to be able to say that I've played the Ryder Cup venue the day after the Ryder Cup. That's what you're paying for. That's the only thing you're paying for.
Yeah.
Because let's say, because that's actually the way it is. I mean, I don't even think it's that expensive to play that course on a normal day. I can't imagine it being that expensive. So
no, actually, I know how much it costs to play on a regular day. I think on a weekday, it's like only 90 euros or something, like 80, 90 euros.
There you go.
And then on like a weekend afternoon or something, it costs like 150, 160 euros. So like, why not just, okay, for £2,000, you could like literally have a huge holiday, like a whole week, go to Rome, play the course 3 times, and then come home, right? Now, obviously, it doesn't have the prestige of like playing the day after the Ryder Cup or the memories associated with it, but it's like, okay, at what point
it's also the grandstands, the walk, is that whole thing of yesterday. Rory McIlroy teed off this. That's the prestige that it holds. That's the price that it holds.
But the prestige will always be. But the prestige will always be there. Like, obviously, it's more that you play the day after, but then the whole excitement wears out. I mean, hey, look, if I was a billionaire, would I do it? 100%.
No, listen. When you're playing the front 9 holes, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. But then when you're starting to finish off by the 17th, 18th hole, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I just paid £2,000 to say that I've teed off on the same tee as Rory McIlroy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You'll be like, I can't believe it.
And
it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's not even like, I'd rather actually, to be fair, spend like $1 million, or like spend like £2,000 to be in a part of a pro-am.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
Because, then you'd be, it might even just be like a regular sort of tour player, not Rory McIlroy, but still, it's kind of cool to watch like a real professional play.
Big time.
Right? And then, like actually there are spectators looking at you, and then probably like you get a hospitality experience too, like, doing after you finish the game of golf, so you get to meet and greet,
I completely
have a
agree with
couple
you.
of
You're
drinks,
correct.
proper day out. Whereas this is literally just paying like $2,000 a person for a round of golf, right? And then that's it.
I agree. You're completely right.
So,
but then again,
I'm always on the lookout because Hilton sponsors the DP World Tour, right? They always release tickets. They have always like bids for like participating in the pro-ams for these like big events, such as the Wentworth that's coming up this weekend. And then there is also like, the Abu Dhabi championships, that's going to happen towards like, I think later this month. No, next month.
Ooh, Chenji.
That could be something. Anyway, go on.
Another winter location for golf, Dubai.
Ooh.
But I promise you, it's not going to be cheap.
No,
it's not going to be cheap.
Well, hey, look, all you got to do is get into one more of those Rick Shields videos. And voila, there we go. We're going. I hope next time he releases, he starts like auditioning for like another video where it's like higher handicappers, right? So this time they audition for like somewhere people between, was it like 11 and 14, 15?
12 and 15.
12 and 15, right?
Yeah.
So I'm out of that. But if next time they do something between like 16 and 20, I'm in.
Dude, there was a comment in the YouTube video, and then Richard and he was saying, next challenge, you should do a 25 to 30 handicap challenge. First person to hit a fairway wins £1,000.
and it's gonna take them 36 holes.
Exactly. First person to hit a fairway wins £1,000. How good is that?
Hey, but yeah, actually, that is super easy. I'll just use my putter off the tee on the par 3.
Yeah, it's going back to that what do you call it, that video that I posted on Instagram, and it went super viral. It's got like 12,000 likes, and everyone's like, basically me comparing, saying how Russell Henley, the most accurate golfer on the PGA Tour, has it's come 77th on the LPGA compared to, the ladies. And every comment, dude, thousands of comments, everybody's like, it's because the hit is shorter. It's because the swings. I'm like, yes, we know. It's basically like this. So if you're hitting a fairway, just use a putter if you want to hit a fairway. But that's not the aim of the game, is it? You want to hit it as far and as long as possible, mate. Exactly, you don't want to hit short. Exactly, you don't want to barely get it on the fairway, mate. You want to get it.
I still can't believe how many comments we got on that video. Like,
dude, it's still getting comments, and the comments are all the same. And I'm like, guys, just read the comments. I'm like, you don't get it. Read the comments. Every single comment is the same.
I know. It's actually kind of funny, though, isn't it? But hey, look,
It is. It's funny, but I'm like, come on, guys. Like, now, it's getting to the point where you're like, listen, I understand. I think what people didn't realize on that post is they thought that, I don't know, I was just surprised how he was 77th and there's 76 straighter golfers on the LPGA. And I get it. I get why, dude. But again, I just can't believe how high the number is. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, of course.
That's what surprised me the most. Obviously, the ladies swing it slower. Obviously, they don't hit it as far. We get that. And you get all the bandits, and they're like, if I had a 7-iron, I'll hit 100% greens in regulation. I'm like, yes, I'm not saying that. First of all, you wouldn't, but yes, never mind. But it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. Dude, I forgot to tell you earlier. So going back to where I am now, the course that I played today, the Poniente course, right? Yesterday, I was playing the Levante course, and I said I played with two, like an older couple. And they live here. They've got a house here. They're from Bath. They're British, right? And they live here. And they have like a monthly membership here. So even though they don't live here all year round, they kind of come here for 1 month and they go back to England for a few weeks and they come back, whatever. So I said to them, I'm playing the other course tomorrow. And they were like, be careful. And I'm like, what for? He goes, well, first of all, it's like a very difficult course to play. Second of all, because it's not part of the hotel, is like a little bit, it's still hotel grounds, but it's a little bit out of the way. And because there's so many bushes and so many like ravines and all that stuff, there's some like locals that hide in the bushes. And then while you're playing, they run to your buggy and they go through your bag and they steal all your valuables. And I'm like, excuse me? And I'm like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, it's so common that there's signs all over the golf course on that par 62 course saying, please look after your valuables, because we're not held responsible if you lose anything. And I'm like, what? How crazy is that, dude? Have you ever heard of anything like this? So today, I've left my wallet at home. I've kept my phone in my pocket all day. I've left everything. Today, I went to the golf course with literally my bag and my clubs, and that was it. I didn't take anything else with me, dude. And I'm like, and all I kept thinking about was like looking over my shoulder to see if anybody popped out of the bush.
Looking in the bushes and being like, is there anybody there? Anybody there?
Yeah. And I took Christina with me. I took my wife, and she was like, I can't imagine like people just jumping out these bushes. And I'm like, well, neither can I, but apparently it's very common. I didn't see any signs. Obviously, nothing happened. Everything was fine. We were all safe. Nothing happened. But I was like, yeah, that's the first time in my life I've ever heard of anything remotely close to that. So I was like, that's mad. But
to be fair, if you think about it, we never think about this because we live in the UK and it's relatively safe, right? But like, if you go to like some of these dodgy locations to play around a golf, I guess it's legitimate.
Not dodgy.
It is. Not dodgy, but I guess. But also, like, it's just interesting to hear, like, actually, probably takes a lot of effort to secure a whole golf course, doesn't it?
Big time. Like, you know what? You're right. You're right. It's not difficult. Like if somebody.
Let's say that, right? Like, let's go to some of the sort of, I guess, poorest country will have some of the richest people within that country, right? And then they'll have like one really posh golf club. And because it's so big, right? Like what prevents them, dude, somebody just to hide in the bushes and do the same thing?
Listen to this. I've just had a thought. During like autumn, no, it's not autumn, what am I saying? During like winter and then summer's about to come, spring, that's what I was going for. There's some golf courses where it's cart path only, especially if you go to abroad. There's a lot of places where it's cart path only. So what do? You're on the cart path. Let's say you're in the middle of the fairway. You're 30 yards out on the cart path. You want to go to the middle of the fairway, but you're not sure what you want to hit. So you take your 7-iron, you take your 8-iron, you take your, 9-iron with you. And you decide when you're there, right? This is a very common thing everywhere around the world. So you leave your whole bag with your valuables, shall we say, on the cart path. If somebody knew the course even a little bit, even a little bit, they could easily run to your buggy, grab the driver, that is the most expensive club in your bag, out, a stealth driver, like whatever, grab your driver and then run away. How easy is that? You'll never catch them, dude, because they know where they're going. And not only that, when you're about to hit a shot, the last thing you're thinking about is, oh, where's my buggy? Is anybody anywhere near my buggy? I think it's actually, this, I don't want to say this, it sounds bad, but thieves on golf courses should be more common than what they are. Because I can, on any single golf course that we've played, I'm sure looking around, there's a fence that you can hop in and out,
easily.
Or there's something, and then you could just, and if you know the golf course, if people know they've got and if you're really that sad and desperate or whatever, and you want to steal somebody's clubs, I'm sure there's ways of doing it, and that way on the car path, I think is a really interesting way of doing it. So
should the name of this episode should the name of the episode be Chenji and Theo try to commit friendly robbery in the golf course?
It's going to be along those lines. I promise you. It's going to be
how to commit robbery in a golf course. Like
yeah, they're perfect. There you go. How to commit robbery in a golf course.
How to commit How to commit around the friendly robbery over a round of golf.
No, not friendly. Forget friendly. Sounds too nice. You want a little bit of a clickbait. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We'll talk after the episode.
All right, we're talking live about how we're going to clickbait you. So stay tuned, guys.
It's not clickbait because it's true. We've spoken about this, right? And it's a very common. Dude, you had a Vokey wedge get stolen off you, but it's your fault. But you still got stolen.
Yeah, it's my fault. But to be fair, if you think about it, it's still theft, isn't it? Like, you remember a lot of people, like, when you go around the greens, you bring a 60-degree wedge or whatever, like wedge plus a putter, and then oftentimes, you've wedged, you've hit a chip, and then you go to the green and you put the ball, and then you forget and you leave your wedge on the around the greens, right? Now, 9 out of 10 times the people behind you will pick it up and give it to you the next couple of holes or put it in the clubhouse, right? But I've had an experience, I think actually that was like the first sort of year I got into golf whereby, I did something like that and I left my 60-degree wedge around the greens and then just never had it back.
And it was a Vokey wedge as well. It was like a £160 wedge.
No, it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like sort of like an £80 wedge or something. But it was like, because the thing is, it definitely didn't get lost because it was just around the greens. Like anybody who would be walking onto the greens will find it. Like somebody would have found it.
There's no way.
100%. There's no way it's gone proper missing, right?
Yes.
And I called the pro shop afterwards and said, just keep an eye out for this wedge. Just give me a call. I called in a couple of days later, nothing. I called in a week later, nothing. And it's like, okay, surely at this point somebody would have found it. So somebody decided to actually steal it. So it is what it is.
I've lost, obviously, well, not lost. I've forgotten head covers loads of times before. But thankfully, people kind of return the head covers. Like, who wants to steal a head cover, dude?
I know, unless it's like a limited edition Scotty Cameron.
Yeah, okay, that I get.
Dude, they go for hundreds of pounds.
You're right. So head covers. I have a Scotty Cameron, but I've never ever used it. So obviously, I get that. That makes sense because Stel bought a Scotty Cameron the other day on eBay, and he bought like a new head cover, like a different one, and it cost him like £80. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense because dude, anyone will steal a Scotty Cameron head cover. They're just such a nice piece to have. I wouldn't. I don't need to steal it, but I'm saying I can see why people want to steal them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Here's a question to you. How much would you... So like, my friend Leo, who I play golf with here in London, yeah? So he's got these like super expensive Scotty Cameron putters, which is like it's the tour issue. The ones with like a Circle T on there. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. Yes. How much would you pay for one of those putters?
If I could afford it... Okay, listen. When it comes to putters, I've got 4 putters now, and I can see myself building a little collection in the future. So when I finally have my house and I have my little office, I can see myself, because I've got it in my basket already on eBay, those Scotty Cameron like stands that you can buy. I would love to have a collection of like, not the £2,500-3,000 my girl Scotty Cameron putters, not that range, but I could see myself with like between £200 and £300 each Scotty Cameron. Like the one that I have now is like this beautiful black with like custom black and yellow, really nice. It cost me like £200 or whatever, £250, whatever it cost me. That's nice. There was one at Woburn. It was like a tour issue latest model, it was £630.
That's
That's a bit much.
The championship model, that one, which
It
isn't
looks
to be
beautiful.
It's not even to
I
issue
liked
though.
it.
I know I liked
It's
it as
not,
well.
but
We looked at it.
It looks
didn't
really
we?
nice. The head cover looks beautiful. The back of it looks. It's just not a simple putter. There's loads going on in the front. There's loads going on in the back. You got the standard grip. The head cover. Everything just about it. £630. That's a lot of money, dude. If it was like a limited edition, I don't know. I could see myself, not now, but in the future, I could definitely see myself spending £600 on a putter. I'd never use it and just have it.
But what if it's not even limited edition? What if it's like literally you can only get it if you're a tour player or you know the tour players?
Oh, that's a good
one. Because that's what Circle T.
No.
That's what tour issue only means, right? They don't sell it.
Again.
You got to know somebody who knows somebody.
Yes, but that is also limited edition because you can't find that anywhere, dude. You can't find that anywhere.
It's just more limited than the £600 commercial public.
Okay. So I'm saying my maximum, but again, I could see my dude. Silly purchase of the week. We weren't going to speak about this, but I spent a bit of money and I bought a Tiger Woods painting.
All right, press the button.
I don't. Yeah, it's playing somewhere here. I don't have the button with me today, but yeah, silly purchase of the week. I'll post a picture here for whoever's watching. I bought a beautiful one-of-one Zinsky Tiger Woods painting, and it's absolutely beautiful. I've kept my eye on this for about 18 months. I couldn't afford it. I ended up winning 10 grand from a random guy called Rick Shields, and I'm like, you know what? The only thing I'm going to buy from this £10,000 is this painting. And I got a really good deal. As I told you, it's worth a lot of money, mate, or a lot more than what I paid for it. So happy days.
Absolutely.
So yes, I want to say that I wouldn't spend a lot of money. I wouldn't spend over £600 on a Scotty Cameron. But again, I could see myself spending more than £600 on a Scotty Cameron.
On some other stuff. Fair enough. That's it.
So go on.
I look forward. It's £2,000.
It's worth £2,000.
Well, yeah, it's worth £2,000. I think there's another one that these guys like worth £6,000.
I would love to see them.
Dude, they're just normal putters. Like they're just normal putters, seriously, but with like a Circle T on there.
Does he use it?
He actually uses it. Yeah.
Wow. Listen to this. Listen to this. I know a guy. He plays with Stel quite regularly. He's very, very rich. Just after COVID, it was during COVID. We were playing in Kibworth. This was years ago, right? This guy somehow, apparently it's a thing. If you just know a few people, he had a Scotty Cameron putter fitting in America with Scotty Cameron himself. Dude, imagine that. So, and that's not going to be cheap, dude. Right? So this guy, and he had it booked, but he was like, it was around that time when you couldn't travel anywhere, but it was like around the time where it could have, like, the restrictions could have been lifted by then, or they couldn't have, and there's like no refund on the deposit or nothing, dude. So he wasn't sure. Actually, I don't know actually if he went and if he got a Scotty Cameron putter. But dude, imagine that, having that much money to the point, and knowing the people that you need to know to have a Scotty Cameron fitting with Scotty Cameron himself, dude. How much would you pay for that? How much would you pay for that?
A fitting with Scotty Cameron, the man himself, including the putter, yeah?
That is easily a £5,000 job. Easily, dude. I think that, you know what? I'm going to find out after this podcast. I'm going to make a note. I'm going to find out from Stel and ask this guy if he went through with it and how much the whole thing cost. I would love to know.
I'm going to say without the putter, £1,000.
Just for the fitting?
Yeah.
No chance. It's going to be way more than that, dude.
I think it's
Scotty Cameron. No
because
chance.
That fitting's going to be like 30 minutes, an hour.
Not with Scotty Cameron. No chance.
How long is it going to take you to bloody fit a putter?
Dude, it's Scotty Cameron. It's the most prolific putter maker in the history of golf. There's no way it's going to be less than £2,000.
Okay, £2,000.
And keep in mind, you're a nobody, dude. You're nobody. You're not a PGA professional. There's no way he's doing it for a random person from Kibworth for less than $2,000-3,000. There's no chance. I'm gonna find out for the next episode.
Find out. Hopefully and see how close I am.
I'm literally writing it down now. Scotty Cameron fitting Stelios, and that should hopefully remind me for later on. But yeah, madness. Right, I've got some news. Well, news.
Go on.
I've been digging the internet. So there was a charity event happening in America where I'm guessing it's a pretty big charity. It's called Fins on the Fairway. I don't know much about the charity. I probably should have Googled it, but no, never mind. That's not the story. Basically, this charity was having a hole-in-one prize for $90,000. It was a $90,000 Mercedes Benz. So Linda Chen rolls up par 3 and gets a hole-in-one. This happened back in May, and she's still, to this day, waiting to receive this prize. But what happened, right, is that she failed to mention to the event that she's an ex-PGA professional and from 1994 to 1995. And now she's stated as an amateur with the USGA and has been an amateur for the last 15 years. So organisers, however, say that Chen failed to disclose her stint as a professional player and allegedly even signed an affidavit swearing she wasn't a former pro, which could have rendered her ineligible. Say the word, please, Chenji, man.
Ineligible.
Yes. So she basically, because she was a PGA professional and 20 years ago, she was I can't say the word.
Ineligible.
So she is not ineligible for the prize. So now Linda Chen is taking all these sponsors and the golf course and the event holders to court to claim her to claim her $90,000 Mercedes. Dude, it just doesn't make sense, right? Because in my opinion, the fact that she was a PGA professional 20 years ago, mind you, shouldn't hinder the fact that she got a hole-in-one. A hole-in-one is a hole-in-one, right? So exactly. I bet there's more hole-in-ones made by below-average players than PGA professionals, like throughout the year.
Oh yeah, of course. It's sheer numbers, yeah. But obviously, like the percentage though for a tour player, and I guess even a former tour player or a scratch golfer to make a hole-in-one is so much higher than a recreational 10 handicapper, 20 handicapper.
I mean, the hole-in-one is complete luck. So whether or not you're starting at golf,
some skill is involved,
dude,
but yes,
there's zero skill. Come on, dude.
Of course there is skill. You know, if you hit it at the pin every single time and you have the skill to do it, like you've got a higher chance of the ball rolling into the cup. Whereas if you're a recreational player and you only make the green 20% of times, which is the average sort of like recreational golfers, percentage chance of making the green in one on a par 3, then of course it's going to statistically you need more chances to just even get on the green. Now, granted, sometimes it ends up in the rough, it ends up bouncing on the sand, somehow gets onto the green, and then ends up in the hole. But you still have a higher chance of when you actually hit your ball onto the green for it to then roll into the hole, rather than like not even making it to the green and then rolling into the hole.
I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yes, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But my argument is, how many videos have you seen on TikTok and Instagram where it's a recreational golfer, first time they've played golf, and then they just hit the ball and it just rolls into the hole? I'm not saying there's no skill involved, but luck, I think there's more luck than skill.
I agree. There's more luck than skill, 100%. I just still think that skill is involved. Like, skill will increase your chance of making a hole-in-one.
Yes, I agree. Okay, there we go. We figured it out. We figured out the hole-in-one scenario. But yeah, in my opinion, just give her the damn car, man. She got a hole-in-one at the end of the day.
So to this day, she's still like suing him.
Yeah,
like the organizers.
Yeah. She's like, I want my 90,000. Yeah, and plus it's America, so any
exactly.
chance to
but
sue
to
someone.
be fair, it was kind of weird though. Like what is this signed sworn affidavit saying that she has never been a pro?
It's mad. So basically, what they're saying is we have a £90,000 or dollar car up for grabs, but only to the 36 handicappers. If you're an average player, basically, you can't. If you're if you're between the ages of 12 and 21, you can't have this car. If you are a 6'2" male, you can't have this car. It's just like, I don't know, was it like so many requirements to not have a car? But again, she was 20 years ago. She was a PGA professional for 1 year. She was on the tour for 1 year, back before it was cool. And now they're like, yeah, sorry, mate, you can't win. No, that's just silly. Come on, just give her the damn car.
It's insurance companies, man. All these things are insured, right?
That's it. And it's the insurance company that's coming back and saying, yeah, sorry, you can't win because you used to be a PGA professional. It was the company. So I guess that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Last bit of topic for today. I don't know if you've seen, but Cam Smith is on a rampage to try and get some OWGR points, as he has dropped to 12th place in the rankings. And to be fair, he had a decent major season as he finished 9th, if I'm not mistaken, on the PGA Championship and 4th at the US Open. But he wants to climb the ladder. And the reason why he wants to climb the ladder is because in the position that he's in now, he falls out of the automatic Olympic qualification places for Paris next year. So he wants to kind of get up and play, and support, his country in the Olympics. So when
you can't. That's just silly. Again, you're playing for country, right? And all politics aside, yeah, you need to have the best athletes in the sport represent your country, don't you?
I agree.
And for some arbitrary reasons, and even not so arbitrary anymore, because now obviously Liv and PGA DP World Tour, they've reconciled. They're trying to do something together. You're not allowing the best player of a country to participate in the Olympics. That is just silly. Agree with you. That is 100% silly.
So, this is why he's doing this. When his Live Golf season finishes, end of October, he's going to Hong Kong, to the Hong Kong Open, and then he's playing in the Australian Open, and then he's playing, Lakes, at the Lakes in Sydney to try and get enough points to move him back up to top 10. But, I mean, saying that, dude, is it a second season that he's out of PGA Tour and he's still top 15?
That's crazy. I feel like, actually, wasn't it the last time that he played was in the British Open, right? No,
it's the Open, mate. It's not the British Open.
Sorry, I know.
Come on, dude.
Actually, the moment I said British Open, I knew that was going to come. So sorry, guys. The Open. So didn't he join Liv after winning the Open?
Yeah, it was literally the week later. He was like, he was the talk of the town. Yeah, it was the week later. You should have asked him in the toilet that you ran into him with.
Yeah, just a reminder, we witnessed Cam Smith taking a massive dump at the...
Oh, yes, that's true.
Shall we tell the story quickly? There was a Dunvegan... Was that the Dunvegan bar?
No, it wasn't.
No. What was it called again? I need to...
The Jigger Inn. No, it wasn't Jigger Inn.
No.
It was the pub. It was 2 pubs down from the Dunvegan pub.
Yeah.
So the story goes, because obviously any new listeners, you probably haven't heard the second episode that we did. I don't blame you, but please go back and listen. Basically, we were at St Andrews for the 150th Open. We were just done for the day. I want to say Sunday or the Monday. No, it was Sunday.
It was Monday, wasn't it?
Monday.
Sunday.
Monday.
It was Monday. It was Monday.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so it was Monday afternoon. We just finished. We had bags full of stuff and goodies that we bought from the Open. So we were like, let's go to our illegal parking spot and put all the stuff back and maybe head home. So as we go back and we noticed that the parking fine was only like 20 quid or whatever it was, we're like, oh, why don't we go and have a drink to celebrate this £20 fine that we just got for parking next to St Andrews? So as we're walking back, right in front of us, who do we see running it? Well, literally, actually pacing into the pub. It was only Cameron Smith. And we were like, oh, this seems like a good pub to go and have a drink in.
No, to be fair, we didn't even see it was him. We just saw a mullet.
Yeah, that's true. We saw a
mullet
and he was like, just going up and down.
We saw a guy with a mullet speeding inside a pub, right?
Yeah.
And we're just like, all right, how many people in this town of St Andrews, Scotland, have a mullet?
True. So what did we do?
And I was like, that's Cameron Smith. Let's go.
Literally, so we crossed the road.
It's the Ardgowan Hotel.
Is that what it's called? There you go. Right.
Yeah.
So
literally two doors away from the Dunvegan, yeah.
That's right. So we go in. I sit outside. I'm trying to play cool. I'm like, I'm not bothered. I'm not going to disturb him. So I sit outside with my uncle. Stel says, I need to go to the toilet. And we were like, okay, go to the toilet. And then Chenji
like,
says...
really?
Yeah, no, wait, yeah. So then Chenji says, I'm going to get the drinks in. So we all say, yeah, just 4 pints of whatever beer, right? No problem. So Chenji goes to the bar. Stel goes to the toilet. Keep in mind, we go in, and this pub is tiny. It barely fits 20 people, right? So we're outside, me and my uncle waiting. Chenji goes in, gets the drinks. Stel goes into the toilet. Chenji looks around the pub. He's nowhere, like Cam Smith is nowhere to be found. This was not, we weren't trying to disturb him. We were just kind of like, oh, this Cam Smith, he's in the same pub as us. That kind of, the fanboy kind of thing just coming out, right? We didn't want to disturb him. So Chenji goes to the bar. He's looking around. He can't find Cam Smith. So then Chenji's like, oh, he's probably in the toilet. Chenji comes out with 4 pints of beer. We sit down. Stel comes out from the toilet. And we're like, did you meet Cam Smith in the toilets? And he's like, no, guys, he's not in the toilet. And we were like, what? So at this point, I'm intrigued. I'm like, where is Cam Smith? So I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm not bothered about taking a picture with him. I don't want to disturb the guy. Obviously, it's his time off. He wants to have a good time with his friends, have a few drinks. But where is Cam Smith? So
no, at this time we thought, is there like a secret tunnel, like where the players get from like a pub to the secret players lounge,
like a secret room? So I go into the pub, and in between the toilet and the pub, there's another like little doorway. So I'm in between the two doors, and I'm pushing the wall to try and find like a secret passage. And I'm like looking around the pub, and the pub is tiny, and he's nowhere to be seen. So I go in the toilet. And I noticed that there's one stall, like a toilet where you sit down for a number 2. I noticed that the door was closed. So I knock on the door and I hear an Australian accent. And he goes, just a minute, mate. Or whatever he said. I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago. And I'm like, I just run out. And I'm like, he's in the toilet taking a number 2. How sad is that? I was just happy that we found him and there wasn't a secret room.
I just can't believe that you like knocked on the toilet door, like
of course, man, you have to.
The toilet stall.
And you have to.
Someone in here, mate.
Someone in there, mate. It's occupied.
Someone in there, mate.
But yeah, anyway, a few minutes later, Cam Smith comes outside. He walks past us. Chenji asked for do you just have a picture with him? Or was that my cousin? You had Chenji had his hat signed, and they had a picture, and he went up on his way, and he actually sat on the Dunvegan patio and had a few drinks with a bunch of PGA pros. It was amazing. I can't wait to go and do it again.
Included.
There you go. Amazing.
Lovely.
Anyway,
can't wait.
On that note, guys, thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Go follow us on Rice and Slice podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you again next week. Bye.
Peace out.